Hi, I'm Angel with FleeceFun.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute pinwheel pillowcase. It's fun, it's vibrant, it's like bringing spring inside. For this project we're going to be using the very vibrant Cuddle Charm Pack by Shannon Fabrics. So for this project you will need the following. For this project you will need 3 very vibrant Cuddle Charm kits from Shannon Fabrics. This is available in the Fleece Fun online fabric shop. 2/3 of a yard of coordinating cuddle fabric for the back, 6 large 1.5 inch buttons in coordinating colors, thread, iron, pressing cloth, scissors, walking foot, rotary cutter, ruler and mat, and sewing machine. Alright, now that you have all those items, it's time to get started. And basically this pillowcase is based off of a quilt block. So conceivably, you could even just use this quilt block to make an entire quilt if you chose to. But today we're just going to make the pillowcase, but keep that in mind if you really like it. Potential quilt idea right there. This pillowcase is made up of 6 of these pinwheel blocks. Each block is made up of 6 5-inch squares. Decide how you want your entire pillowcase to look like. Each block has 4 squares as the base and 4 blades, each blade is half a square, on the pinwheel. Now that you know how you want it laid out, let's make a block. Alright, looking good. Next step. Take 2 squares that will make 4 blades of the pinwheel and cut them in half diagonally. You should now have 4 triangles. Then, using an iron on low heat, fold the triangles in half with wrong sides together and press. You might want to use a pressing cloth for this. Okay, looking good. Next step. Lay out your pinwheel. Place 1 blade on each block with the longest side of the triangle lining up with the edge of the square it's sitting on. Make sure all the blades are pointing in the same direction. Note, on the exposed edges the blade will be raw. Since we are working with knit fabric, it's fine. Pin and baste each blade to the square it sits on using a slightly less than a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then, using a 1/2 inch seam allowance, sew 2 of the squares together to form a row, twice. Then sew the 2 rows together to make a block. Trim the seam bulk in the center of the block, and making sure all the blades are laying in the correct direction, sew on the center button. Repeat 5 more times to make a total of 6 blocks for the pillowcase. Now, the rule of the day is just pin. When in doubt, put in another pin. You just need to use lots of pins when it comes to this. And something that I found that worked really well is, especially on the really bulky seams that you have to go across, if you put a pin on each side of the seam, like right next to it, it helps it line up a lot easier. So, just a little trick I learned. Then, sew the blocks together. Alright, it's coming together. Let's keep going. 2 of the blocks aren't quite wide enough for a pillow, so we need to take 6 squares and cut them in half to add a little width to each side of the pillow. Take the half blocks and sew them into rows to match your pattern. Add 1 to the top and 1 to the bottom of your pinwheel blocks. To make the pillowcase long enough, we need to add a column of squares to the end. This will be 4 blocks tall with a half block on each end. Sew the squares together. Then, taking the long column, take the raw edge that will be the end of the pillowcase under 1/2 inch. Sew down using a straight stitch. Then, sew the column onto the end of your pinwheel blocks. Out of your solid back, you will need to cut a rectangle that is 21 inches by 28 inches. Turn under the end of the pillowcase 1/2 inch and sew using a straight stitch. With right sides together, Sew the solid back to the pillowcase front using a 1/2 inch seam allowance around 3 sides, leaving one side open. Trim your threads. And you're finished. You have this beautiful pillowcase that I'm sure will just brighten someone's day. It's fun. It is the embodiment of fun. And I just love how it has those flaps, so it has that 3-dimensional thing going on, and it's just really fun and happy to work with. I'm sure it could really brighten somebody's day. Actually, my little girls have been asking, so you're gonna make 2 of those, right? I have to make 2 of everything for my kids because of that. If you like this pattern and tutorial, I have more than a dozen. I have over 60 patterns that are free and available on fleecefun.com for you to take a look at and to learn from. Most of my patterns come with a video tutorial just like this one. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And be sure to subscribe if you like fleecefun.com. I'm adding new tutorials all the time, and I would appreciate a thumbs up for my tutorial because it's hard work staying up late editing this thing while my kids are asleep. Have a great day, and remember, velvet is pretentious, fleece is fun.